Welcome to Healthy Cooking with Emily. I hope you enjoy cooking this recipe that is delicious and healthy too. It's easy and fun and great for beginners and kids who are looking for a quick and simple dish to make. On my channel, you will find other videos of recipes varying from crustless quiche Lorraine to chocolate chip clouds. Always remember, when eating healthy, you can't go wrong in keeping your body nice and strong.
Before preheating the oven, I decided to soften the butter. I cut 2 tablespoons off the stick and placed it in a mug and then microwaved it for 20 seconds. The next thing I did before preheating the oven was to smash the bananas with the back of a fork. The next step is to grease a loaf pan. Now preheat the oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. Now it's time to mix the dry ingredients. First, add 1 1/4 cups of flour into a large bowl. When measuring flour, it's important that you use a spoon to scoop the flour out of the package and into the measuring cup. Use a knife to scrape off any remaining flour so that it's even. This is important because we don't want our banana bread to be dry and chewy. We want it to be light and fluffy. Scooping the flour into the cup makes this possible. Now add 3/4 teaspoon baking soda. Like the flour, it is very important to make this measurement exact, because baking soda is one of the ingredients that affects how the banana bread rises. Add the last dry ingredient, 1/4 teaspoon of salt. Whisk all of the dry ingredients together. Set the dry ingredients aside, and in a new bowl, add the softened butter. In the same bowl you put the butter in, add 1/2 cup of light brown sugar. Unlike flour, when measuring brown sugar, you need to pack it in until it is firmly packed into the cup. This makes sure there are no air bubbles within the sugar. Next, cream the butter and sugar with an electric mixer. When finished, the ingredients should look like small bowls with the butter and the sugar evenly distributed. When using an electric mixer, it is really important that you only plug it in when you're using it. When my aunt was younger, she once got her fingers caught inside the metal parts because she tried to take them off when the mixer was still plugged in. Now we need to separate the egg whites. To separate the yolks from the whites, I used an egg separator. First, I cracked an egg into a glass and then I poured the egg into the separator, letting the white drip down into the second cup. Then I took the egg separator in my hand and I wiggled it around a little bit, trying to get the white that stuck onto the yolk to fall off into the cup. As you can see, the white really likes to stuck onto the yolk, so it took quite a bit of time to get it all to come off into the cup. Now we can measure 1/4 cup of applesauce. Then I measured and added 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla. Add the applesauce and then the egg whites to the mixture. Then beat with an electric mixer at a medium speed until thick. Now add 1/3 of the flour mixture into the main mixing bowl. Mix with the electric mixer until it is all combined. Repeat again until 2/3 of the flour mixture is inside the main bowl. Then pour the last third of the flour mixture into the bowl along with the bananas. Now blend all of the ingredients at a low speed until combined. Be careful not to overmix. Next, measure the walnuts and fold them in with a spatula. Finally, pour the batter into the loaf pan. As you can see, the bowl that I used was really heavy and I struggled doing it by myself. So if you have smaller hands, I would recommend you get someone else to help hold up the bowl so that you can scrape out the batter into the pan. Place the pan into the oven and bake for 50 to 52 minutes, or until a toothpick inserted into the center comes out clean. When the timer is done and the toothpick comes out clean, take the banana bread out of the oven and place it on the counter. If your counter is not resistant to heat, don't forget to place a cooling rack under the pan so you won't damage the counter. When the banana bread has cooled to room temperature, you can take it out of the pan and put it on a plate like this. This banana bread recipe has nearly 1/3 the number of calories as a typical recipe for banana nut bread. This recipe also has half the amount of sugar and 4 times less the amount of butter. When learning about nutrition and how to eat healthy, a good place to start is by looking at a food pyramid. In my opinion, the easiest one to understand and follow is the current one by MyPlate. It shows recommendations for the proportions of each food group you should eat with every meal. As you can see, Half the plate is for fruits and vegetables, and the other half is for grains and protein. People should eat 1 to 2 cups of fruit a day. Things that are in the food group are fresh fruit, canned fruit, frozen fruit, dried fruit, and 100% fruit juice. Everyone also needs to eat somewhere between 1 and 3 cups of vegetables a day. Some things that are in the vegetable group are fresh vegetables, frozen vegetables, canned vegetables, dried or dehydrated vegetables, and 100% vegetable juice. The next section of the plate is the grain section. You should eat between 3 and 8 ounces of grain a day. Some examples of grain are rice, cornmeal, bread, pasta, cereal, tortillas, oatmeal, and popcorn. Another important food group is protein. Foods that fall into the protein category are meat, poultry, seafood, beans, eggs, nuts, and seeds. In general, people should eat between 2 and 6.5 ounces a day. The last section on the MyPlate diagram is dairy. You should eat less dairy than the other food groups. This is why the dairy section is represented in a glass next to the plate. You should eat somewhere between 2 and 3 cups of dairy a day. Some things that belong in the dairy food group are milk, yogurt, cheese, and calcium-fortified soy milk.
Thanks for watching! I hope you had fun and enjoyed our time together. If you're interested, check out the other videos on my channel and take a look at my website. It's linked in the description. Don't forget, when eating healthy, you can't go wrong in keeping your body nice and strong.